Candace, he squeaked. The ice dragon smiled evilly at him. Hello, Trim, my dear. Long time no see. Her eyes were filled with pure hate when her fierce gaze locked with tremors. The whites of Candace's eyes were as dark as the night, with their violet irises contained cat-like slits in them. Dark marks were tattooed across the scales, and layers of ice had gathered on her to form a dense, protective armor. Candace, Jimmy wheezed, taking a step towards her. What have they done to you? He was in shock and trembling all over her. She looked nothing like dragons he had known before. Candace ignored and turned his eyes on Spyro. Master Malfoy's at the back of the temple, Spyro. If you want to get to him, you're gonna have to get past me first. Her evil grin spread across her snout, showing her glistening teeth. And even if she managed that, you still have 2 other points to get past before you reach Malfoy. Flame and Ember, Spellman darkly and lowered his head, not in defeat but in preparation for an attack. Spyro, we don't have time to waste on her, Cinder whispered. It's one of Malfoy's traps to tire us out. Geez, Cinder, we could have figured that out. Sparks rolled his eyes. But how do you suggest we get past her? Mate, she's ready to kill us if we so much as look at her funny. Run! Spyro shouted and bolted around Candace towards the next hall. No escape! Candace snarled word on the Guardians. Her icy energy billowed around her, and she fired off volley fire spikes aimed dead at Spyro. The purple dragon winced, expanding the stabbing pain to his side. The ground shook, and a wall of marble burst up, knocking the spikes away. The Guardians paused to see Tremor stand behind him, his gaze still facing Candace. Tremor, come on! Sal called. I'm not going anywhere. Tremor snapped. She's mine, and I'm going to bring her back. Tremor, you can't do anything for her unless we defeat the Dark Master, Cinder protested. Trust me, Cinder. Tremor gave her a superior look. If anyone knows how to get to Candace, it's me. Now go! Guardians hesitated before turning back down the hall. I said there's no escape! Died Candace straight and leaped off the wall after them. Tremor thrust his paw forward, knocking over the marble wall and sending the stone smashing against the far wall, cutting Candace off. The ice dragon breathed a cloud of ice at the stone, furious that she had been deprived of her trophies. When she saw she couldn't get through, she settled down and slowly turned towards the Earth Guardian. Fine. If you're in such a hurry to die, who am I to reject your wish? Oh, believe me, Candy, Tremor joked as he began to glow with energy. I don't plan on dying until I have you back. Oh, Candace shook her head. How is that? Because I love you, and I do anything to protect you from harm, Tremor answered in his most sincere voice. Dark Candace seen her face up. Tremor noticed it and his grin widened. Tremor, you pepper-brained idiot, Candace almost laughed inside her own mind. Dark Candace shook her head and hissed menacingly. You're not going to have anything to look forward to then, because I'm going to cut your heart off for myself and eat it before your dying eyes. Tremor only scoffed at her and placed a paw over his heart. Oh, I'm hurt, he murmured sarcastically. I seriously doubt that, my sweet Candy. Don't call me that! Dark Candace snapped, and her energy erupted in a spiraling blizzard. The ice and snow covered the walls, and Tremor immediately felt the temperature drop, and he began to shiver even more. It picked up against a pile of ice-encrusted debris and curled into a ball, fighting against the extreme cold. I should have done this a long time ago, Dark Candace laughed when she saw the Earth Dragon weakening. Oh no, Gemma, run! Candace cried. Dark Candace hissed a cloud of frost and lunged for his throat. Spyro, Cinder, and Stella huffed down the hall with Sparks sliding in the way. What do you think is next? Cinder guessed near the end of the hall. Flame or Ember? My guess would be Ember, Sparks punted aloud. She would be the most likely to do Spyro like she used to, and then step in the back when he's not looking. Sparks! Stella snapped. Hey, I'm just putting it out there, the Dragfire waved. After all we've been through with the Dark Master, it seems like it would be his most likely tactic. Well, we're about to find out if you're right, Sparks, said Mother when they came across his next chamber. The Guardians shielded their eyes in light before noticing the body slumped in power in the middle of the room. I guess you're right, Sparks, said their eyes on Ember's body. But something doesn't feel right here. I agree, Spyro nodded, keeping his gaze fixed on the pink dragons in the middle of the room. Slowly they approached her, expecting her to leap up at any moment and attack them. Just then a screech cut through the room, and the Guardians looked up as more ice dropped from the ceiling. Cinder hissed menacingly, and he spat a glob of acid, melting the ice before they could even hit the floor. Spyro grabbed Ember and rolled out of the way as the remaining globs of venom rained down to the floor, seriously into the marble. The pink dragon's moan and her eyelids twitched. Ember? Spyro whispered, hoping to wake her up. Spyro, Ember softly. Ember, is that you? Sparrow was waiting for her to open it, so he could see if she had been corrupted like Candace. His eyes jetted down to her heart-shaped pin and his eyes widened. The ruby crystal had been tainted black, and Spyro dropped the pink dragon before jumping back. Spyro! Cinder gasped, taking a step towards him, but Spyro held up a wing. She's one of them. The pearl dragon grit his teeth in anger. Cinder, Stella, and Sparks watched as Amber rose to her feet and opened her eyes. Like Candace's, they were jet black with feral slits for pupils. I suppose I'll handle this, Stella sighed, stepping from Spyro and Cinder. I don't want you, bitch! Amber spat a glove of fire that burned at Stella's feet. I want Spyro! Stella raised her brow, nonplussed by the fire breather's remark, and looked down the burning glob of saliva. She raised her paws, stamped out the flame without so much as harming herself. Oh, believe me, Amber, I can be more of a bitch than you could ever imagine. She turned to Spyro and Cinder. You guys go on. I'll deal with her myself. Do you think that's wise? Cinder asked worriedly. I'll be fine. Cinder replied with a big grin on her face, and Cinder felt a shiver run down her back. It was a look of innocence, but with a deep underlying personality that no one would want to tangle with. Sparks only chuckled when he recognized the look. I guess if you're Rose as doors, huh? Get moving, you three. So I gave them a head thrust towards the next hall. We'll catch up in a little bit. Be careful, Stella, Spark cautioned her before trying to run ahead. Stella only laughed as she watched them disappear down the next corridor. I'm not the one who needs to worry about being careful. She fixed her gaunt eyes on Amber. Well, then, are you ready for me, Amber? Yes. Amber started, and immediately was struck with the crushing thorns in the chest. The big dragon screamed at the wall, cracking the stone. Good. Stella turned instantly with a smile to match her fake attitude. Now get up. I know you're not hurt from a hit like that. Amber grinned. I guess I can't hide anything from you, huh, Stella? The lion guardian only smiled more, which seemed to irritate Amber even more. The pink dragon hissed and charged Stella. The guardian waited for the last possible second before sidestepping her opponent, tripping her with her tail. Amber fell face first on the hard floor and slid across the room. Oops, Stella choked behind her wing as Amber picked herself up again. You bitch! Amber growled and whirled around, spilling a wave of fire directly at Stella. The guardian extended the wing and emitted an electrical charge before thrusting her wing to the side, dispersing the flames completely. Amber gasped in surprise and her jaw fell open. Believe me, honey. Stella smiled, electricity cracked between teeth and Amber felt her blood run cold. I'm not even getting started at being a bitch. Flames should be just ahead, Cinder panted. Cinder, I want you to be careful, Spyro warned her. Flame is one of the more powerful guardians. If you're worried about that weird red flesh power he has, I think Cinder can handle it, Sparks reassured. I think she's more than capable. Right, Cinder? Of course, Cinder nodded. You don't have to worry too much, Spyro. I'll be careful. She leaned her neck towards his and gave him a quick peck on the cheek. I still have a whole lot to live with you. I'm not going anywhere. Took you guys long enough, Flame replied when the three friends entered the chamber. The fire guardian stood poised and ready for combat. His eyes were completely black with no eyes visible, and his red mark is burning against his side. Gloves were anti-radiant from his scales, casting a savage glow about the room. Let's get the formalities, Flame, Cinder snarled, leaping forward. Your opponent will be me. Oh? Flame raised a perplexed brow before glancing at the purple dragon. I suppose I'll go with that. We never did finish our fight 2 years ago anyways. Cinder was surprised by her remark, but retained her composure. She hissed and flashed the air with her tail blade, spreading her wings wide in open challenge. Flame narrowed his eyes at her, and a split second later, Cinder launched. She swept the flame with the long talons, but the fire breather steered its head up for the strike. Cinder smirked and curled herself sideways, slamming her tail across Flame's face. The fire guardian flew back, bouncing across the floor before stumbling against the opposite wall. Go! Cinder shouted Sparks. I'll meet up with you guys as soon as I can. Right, Sparrow nodded, Cinder down the hall again. As Cinder watched him disappear, she suddenly felt a sick, sinking feeling in her gut, and a sense of despair began to settle over her. Be careful, Spyro, she whispered. Flame's roar brought her back into reality. The fire breather tackled Cinder to the ground and struck her across the face with his claws. Cinder fell and looked up as the red dragon loomed over her, an energy ball blazing in the back of his throat. This is it, Sparks, Sparrow muttered as he came to the final chain of the temple. You should probably wait here for me. No way, man. Sparks crossed his arms and shook his head finally. I've been by yourself from the beginning to now. I couldn't go with you when you first kicked Purple's butt the first time, so you ordered me to stay by you this time. Sparks is too dangerous, Spyro protested. I don't want you to get hurt. Hey, we've been through worse, haven't we? Besides, whatever happened to me always going with you? Out there, your buddy, Spyro. Spike's antenna drooped suddenly. He started stopping and hung his head. Sunshine rolled his eyes. Alright, Sparks, you win. But if it gets too dicey in there, I want you to promise you escape and get Cinder. Okay? I promise. Spike smiled across his thorax. Spyro nodded gratefully and turned back towards the chamber ahead. Spike smiled slightly. Works every time, he mumbled to himself. Spyro walked towards the room as the echoes of roars and shrieks rang in his ears behind him. He shook the noise out of his head and focused on the task at hand. This was where he had to finish this badness. It was time to face his destiny once again. The brothers entered the chamber and a cold wind caused him to shiver. Shadows leaped out from the walls, causing Spikes to shriek and grip on his brother's horn. Welcome back, Spyro. His voice echoed about the room. I must say that you've got here much faster than I anticipated. So either you've gotten stronger, or your allies have been giving you more support than expected. Both, actually. Spyro narrowed his eyes in the darkness. He could sense the presence of dark monster all around him, but the evil energy was emanating from a concentrated spot. Leon was watching him, that much he was certain. The dark dragon thought he had the advantage, but Spyro's thoughts reflected back to his training. He didn't need his physical eyes to see anymore. Well, I suppose some things never change. Metaphor's voice took over. Your friends and allies have always put up one useless struggle after another. This time I won't make everything you out so easily. Leon, you don't have to do this, Spyro muttered. You can fight the Dark Master. Cinder did. You can too. It doesn't have to end with unnecessary death. Leon seemed to ponder his words in the darkness. Spyro held his breath, hoping to answer that there won't have been any more losses. I think I'll decline, Leon replied. I've always wanted power, and after so much waiting and hard work, I finally have it. He let an evil laugh and Spyro's heart sank. You tried, buddy. Spike pat him on the head. But there's nothing you could do to convince him otherwise. You know, there's one thing I learned from the outside Eastern City. Patience really does pay off, Leon laughed. And you're not sorry for it? All the lives you've destroyed. The lives you've taken without regard. They mean nothing to you? Yeah. Spike pointed a punishing finger into Darkseid at random. You treat others like the dirt beneath your feet. I think I treat the dirt better, Leon laughed. You have no remorse for anyone. You hold yourself above others despite the pain you inflict on them. Spyro spread his wings and a tremor rushed through his body. I won't let you get away with it any longer. A roar burst from Spyro's throat and his brain gone aura erupted from his body. The shots vanished instantly, revealing Leon sitting at the other end of the room. Dark Dragon and Dark Master gasped in surprise as their energy was dissolved in the light of the dragon before them. Spyro's pearl scales flashed before turning silver, leaving a single fire stripe down his back along his spines. What the? Sheehan shielded his eyes behind his wing as the light blinded him. When the glare died away, Spyro stood erect with his chest thrust out in front of him, and his wings fall back in a heroic posture. None of his eyes widened and his jaw dropped before curling into a hostile grin.